Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe. Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe. Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajagacharya Stotra Sata Sri Śrimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Stotra Sata Sri Śrimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Ki. Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki. Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki. Shri beautiful Radha Govinda Temple here in Brooklyn Ki. Jai. Yamunamayi Gangamai Ki. Bhakti Devi Ki. Srimati Tulsi Maharani Ki. Yuga Dharma Harinam Sankirtan Yagna Ki. Yuga Dharma Harinam Sankirtan Yagna Ki. Yuga Dharma Harinam Sankirtan Yagna Ki. Samavita Bhakta Vrinda Ki. Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Beautiful Amala Purana Śrimad Bhāgavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 9. Today is text 45. Abhivandya Pitupadav. Abhivandya Pitupadav. Ashurbischati mantritaha. Ashurbischabhi mantriyataha. Nanama mataro Shrishna. Nanama mataro Shrishna. Satkrita sajjana granihi. Satkrita sajjana granihi. Oh yeah, the verse. Here it is. It's 4945. Yep, next one. There you go. Thank you. Abhivandya Pitupadav. Ashirbischami mantritaha. Nanama mataro Shrishna. Satkrita sajjana granihi. Please chant. Abhimandyo Pitupadav. Ashurbischatmanantritaha. Nanmantaro Shrishna. Satkriti sajjana granihi. Abhivandya Pitupadav. Ashribischatminantritaha. Nanama mantaro Shrishna. Satkrita sajjana granihi. Would you like? Anyone else? Okay. Word for word. Abhivandya, worshipping. Pitu, of his father. Pado, the feet. Ashribi, with benedictions. Cha, and. Abhimantritaha, was addressed. Nanama, he bowed. Mataro, to his two mothers. Shirshna, with his head. Satkrita, was honored. Satjana, of the nobles. Agranihi, the foremost. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Then, Dhruva Maharaj. Thanks. Yeah, that's what I needed. Dhruva Maharaj, the foremost of all nobles, first of all, offered his obeisances at the feet of his father and was honored by his father with various questions. He then bowed his head at the feet of his two mothers. Srila Prabhupada explains, it may be questioned why Dhruva Maharaj offered his respect not only to his mother, but also to his stepmother, due to whose insults he had to leave home. The answer is that after achieving perfection by self-realization and seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face, Dhruva Maharaj was completely freed from all contamination of material desires. Feelings of insult or honor in this material world are never perceived by a devotee. Lord Chaitanya, therefore, says that one has to be humbler than the grass, and he recommends more tolerant than the tree to execute devotional service. Dhruva Maharaj, therefore, has, in this verse, been described as Saj Jana Granihi, the foremost of noble men. The pure devotee is the noblest of all, and he has no feelings of animosity towards anyone. Duality due to animosity is a creation of this material world. There is no such thing in the spiritual world, which is absolute reality. Om Jnana Timarandasya Jnana Janasalakaya Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Shtapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapada Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sahagrajajana Sahagana Raghunatam Tams Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagrana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vikamscha E Krishna Karana Sindhu Dinobandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurani Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. It's an honor to be sitting on this Vyasa Sama. Not qualified for this task, but due to the good graces of my friend and mentor and Siksha, His Grace Ramroy, Shripad Ramroy Prabhu, I am very much indebted to your generosity. I first of all would like to express my gratitude to all of the residents here at the Brooklyn Temple, especially His Grace Hamsa Rupa Prabhu and Pancha Ratna and Mother Atiti and so many so many of my seniors are here. The whole community is supporting me on this brief visit that I make here from Oregon. So I thank you for your kindness. And I beg your mercy that I may speak something intelligent and perhaps inspiring at this time. Okay. Especially I'd like to express my gratitude to Natabar Garunga and the resident party of celestial Gandharvas who graciously allow me to enter into the service of Lord Chaitanya's mission this week. Here in the seething cauldron of New York City, withstanding untold resistance, they are cultivating and delivering the transcendental sound vibration. Undaunted, unstoppable, to the multitudes following the unsullied leadership fire of His Grace, Shripad Ramroy Das Brahmachari, I remain in loving deference. So there you have it. The past 2 days there's been a review of the chapter, so I'll try not to repeat too much. However, it is important to go over a few points that go back to the previous chapter. This wonderful situation here of Dhruva Maharaj in his newly self-realized state, putting his head on the ground at the feet of both of his mothers, one of whom, as everyone is aware, has treated him so disparagingly. So, a few verses, a few lines here in the purport really jump out in my mind. The first one is, feelings of insult or honor in this material world are never perceived by a devotee. So, this is exceptional. This is rarely achieved. Because in the material world, we tend to, the default mode tends to be what is mentioned in the Hitopadesh, verse 35, which is the 4 animal propensities of eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. We're going to focus on the 4th one, defending. It's perhaps the most subtle of all. Defense is the mode of which produces animosity, and defense is the mood of I need to protect my assets. I have my space, you have your space, and we have to maintain our boundaries out of ego. And this is very unfortunate that this is the norm, but a devotee has the great mission of evolving beyond this. So we have Dhruva actually achieving this, and how did that happen? He was touched by the conch shell of Sri Vishnu, who opened his heart and his eyes and gave him the vision. This is something that we can all be inspired by. No feelings of animosity towards anyone. This was Dhruva's new status. And he was coming now into the association of his wonderful father and of his 2 mothers. So in that state, it didn't make any sense for him to create differences between the mother who was supporting him and the mother who was putting him down. He was able to transcend that. This is very, very advanced, and this is what we are being asked to achieve. So, 4-8. I'll just briefly go over what his mother, Suruchi, I would say his stepmother, had inflicted upon him. She says here in Canto chapter 8, "My child, you are unaware that you were born not of my womb, but of another woman. Therefore, you should know that your attempt is doomed to failure. You are trying to fulfill a desire which is impossible to fulfill. If you at all desire to rise to the throne of the king, first you must satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan. Then, when you are favored by him because of such worship, you shall have to take your next birth from my womb. So, what audacity, what presumptuousness. And when we read this, it's familiar. It's familiar in this age when people are constantly wanting to condescend to each other. People don't value each other enough. They simply see others as a threat to their own position. And how did Dhruva Maharaj react? Well, at the time, Dhruva was 5 years old, and Dhruva was still in the conditioned state. And compound that with the idea that Dhruva was born into a Kshatriya family. So he had the blood of a Kshatriya. He had this sense of prestige and the tendency to go into battle at the slightest provocation. So he definitely reacted in a more mode of defense. The sage Maitreya describes in text 14, as a snake when struck by a stick breathes very heavily, Dhruva Maharaj, having been struck by the strong words of his stepmother, began to breathe heavily because of great anger. This is the norm. We react to other people's animosity, and we become filled with animosity ourselves. However, when one becomes a pure devotee, these feelings of insult are not cultivated. So, one more phrase that stands out. Duality due to animosity is a creation of this material world. So, we have some reinforcement for this from the Bhagavad Gita 6:7. For one who has conquered the mind, the supersoul is already reached, for he has attained tranquility. So such a man, happiness and distress, heat and cold, honor and dishonor are all the same. It's a very high standard. And here in Gita 18:54, one who is transcendently situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman. He never laments nor desires to have anything. He is equally disposed to every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional service unto me. Prabhupada explains, let's see, this is from a lecture, February 12, 1969, Los Angeles. Therefore, we're desiring honor. We don't like to be dishonored, and we're looking for so many gains. So there are many dualities that exist. Respect, disrespect, honor, dishonor. So, when you become purified, free from this bodily conception by chanting the holy name, then naturally, honor and dishonor, they are not very important. They're only in relationship to the body. He continues, people do not know how to honor. Real honor is that you are a servant of Krishna. That is real honor. And if I say your majesty, your honor, your lordship, these are all false. Real honor is when I call you that you are a servant of Krishna, that is real honor. So the popular view of honor is something very different, and it is known by the sages as pratishta. This is thirst for material name, fame, and distinction. Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes in Jaiva Dharma that in the forest of anarthas, the biggest tree is pratishta. All these anarthas we have to see in ourselves and work through. But there's one that's so tall and so shady and vast, we don't even notice. It's so subtle. But this is the nature of pratishta. We don't even know that it's inside of us. So, okay. Dhruva is now, in this state, self-realized. He has gone beyond this hunger for pratishta. And so he's called the Saj Jana Granihi, or the foremost among nobility achieved. So this is one of the foremost distinctions of the self-realized. They have been sanctified, and the self-realized person sees everyone with equal vision and wishes everyone well. Does not discriminate between that which is supposedly good and supposedly bad. Beautiful verse recited by, he's called the Python Man from the 7th canto, 13th chapter, 42nd verse. Different people are of different mentalities. Therefore, it is not my business to praise them or to blaspheme them. I only desire their welfare, hoping that they will agree to become one with the Supersoul, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So I like this verse very much. It's not our business. It's not my business to be putting people in categories. I mean, yes, we need to discriminate outwardly, understand what might be a dangerous situation, what may be a person who is perhaps not qualified for a certain service. Yes, that is required. However, in the long run, we are all children of the same God, and everyone needs our well wishes. So, another directive comes from the Sri Shikshastakam. Verse 3, being humbler than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree. And for me, the perfect example, the most sublime example of this is the illustrated in the story of Bhrigu Muni. Bhrigu Muni was a Sapta Rishi who, as a result of a meeting with his fellow sages, decided that it was important to discern who among the three Tridev or Trimurti was the most evolved, the greatest. Who's the greatest? So he took upon himself to visit the three of them and tested them. With Lord Brahma, he approached Lord Brahma and committed the mental offense of not bowing to him when he came into his presence. And Lord Brahma was greatly offended by this. The next who he visited was Lord Shiva, to whom he committed a verbal offense and insulted him. And if it wasn't for the presence of Parvati, Lord Shiva was ready to strike him with his trident. But he was detained, fortunately. So these two, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, they both had this reactive animosity. It was a different picture when Bhrigu Muni approached Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu, with Lord Vishnu, he brought out the strongest measures of testing. He not only, he went beyond mental and verbal offense and committed a physical offense. And he approached him and he actually kicked him in the chest. I mean, how outrageous. How outrageous that was. Certainly, Lord Vishnu has every right to feel animosity, has every right to feel retaliation. But did he do that? No. Lord Vishnu, extraordinary reaction. He displayed exceptional humility and compassion to Bhrigu Muni and simply took his foot and said, "Oh, my dear Bhrigu, you kicked my chest, which is so hard, and your foot is so tender. Are you going to be all right? My dear Bhrigu, I am very concerned for your welfare. What can I do to make you more comfortable here in your visit?" So it's a little bit beyond our scope of how to treat people, but there it is. That to me, that this is the highest example of humility, compassion, and absolute lack of animosity. The pure devotee is the noblest of all. There is no such thing in the spiritual world, which is the absolute reality. So if we are aspiring to enter that absolute reality, this is our job right now, is to cultivate that kind of outrageous compassion. I thought it would make sense to mention appropriate instances where retaliation and expressing anger are appropriate. There are some times when we need to do that. So Srila Prabhupada explains it very nicely in this talk in March 9th of 1969 in Los Angeles. Srila Prabhupada was speaking on Bhāgavatam 7:9-8. And he mentions, as God is angry for his devotee, similarly, our anger should also be utilized for God. Just try to understand it. It's not that we should not be angry. Yes, we shall be angry, but in a suitable place. That suitable place where God is insulted. When a rascal is claiming that he is God, deceiving others, you must be very much angry. You rascal, what are you doing? Someone might say, oh, you're a devotee. Why have you become so angry? Now, why not? When Jagai and Madai insulted Lord Nityananda, oh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becomes so angry. Oh, bring my chakra, I shall kill these persons. Did he become more tolerant than a tree? Nityananda is insulted. Let me become tolerant. No. You see, we should not become impotent. The other instance where it's appropriate to retaliate and speak up is when a devotee is insulted. We have full license to react and set someone straight. So, praying for the courage to do that. Reading these verses gives us the courage that we can move forward like that. So, I have a bhajan that describes the self-realized, surrendered state that Dhruva Maharaj was experiencing, and I'm going to offer that for your pleasure and for their lordship's pleasure. But before I do that, does anyone have any comments or corrections, probably? Please feel free.
It is important and interesting to note that there are most people are unaware, subtle laws of karma that when you are unjustly offended or falsely accused and you do not protest, then the accuser or the offender is actually doing you a favor in a sense, because they are absorbing your last remnants of karma in this material world. So in the highest sense, they're doing you a great favor by they're helping you to become more elevated to being qualified to leave this material world in the first place. So if we can somehow understand that and keep that in mind, that'll be very helpful for us to withstand the provocation to retaliate. Prabhupada writes in one place that the pure devotee never takes into account the many gross and subtle offenses of the conditioned souls, but continues to offer the gift of devotion without hesitation. And there's the third chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. The devotees of the Lord are more kind than the Lord, and they take all types of risks in approaching the conditioned souls to engage them in the acts of Krishna consciousness, which are absolutely necessary for the human being. Prabhupada purports that to Krishna's statement, the foolish perform material activities and become attached, but the wise are advised not to disturb them and thereby waste valuable time. Hare Krishna.
Beautiful. Thank you for those insights. And certainly there's been a lot of encounter as you do your service on the street. Those understandings. Thanks for leading the way. All right. Any other? All right. So we'll offer this beautiful bhajan by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, which comes from the Atma Nivedana, or submission of the self, section of his writings. I'll read the translation. Mind, body, family, and whatever else is mine, I have surrendered at your lotus feet, O youthful son of Nanda. In good fortune and in bad, in life and in death, all my difficulties have absconded by accepting those feet of yours as my shelter. Slay me or protect me as you wish, for you have ownership of your eternal servant. If it is your will that I be born again, then may that birth be in the home of your devotee. May I even take birth as a worm as long as I remain your devotee. I have no desire for birth as a Brahma, averse to you. I yearn for the association of that devotee who is completely devoid of all desires for worldly enjoyment, and includes pratishta and liberation. Father, mother, beloved, son, lord, preceptor, and husband, you are everything to me. Bhaktivinoda says, O Kana, Please hear me. O Lord of Radha, you are my very life and soul. Manasa deho geho jokuchumo Manasa deho geho jokichumo Apilu tua pade Nanda Kishore Apilu Manasa Deha Geha Jokichumo Sampate Vipate Jivanamarane Dai Mama Kela Tua O Padava Manasa Deho Geho Jokichumo Janmobi Akobi Yoicha Tohara Nitya Dasa Prati Tua Adhika Manasa Deha Geho Jokuchumo Aobi Moe Icha Jaditora Bhakta Grihe Jani Ahora Janma Kita Janma Jata Dua Dasa Kita Janma Jata Tua Dasa Vahimukha Brahma Janme Naha Asa Manasa Deha Geho Jo Kichumo Apilu Tua Pade Nanda Kishore Manasa Deha Geha Jo Kichumo Bhukti Mukti Spriha Vihina Bhakta Tabate Taka Sangha Anugata Sangha Anurakta Labate Taka Sangha Anugata Manasa Deho Geho Jo Kichumo Manasa Deho Geha Jo Kichumo Janaka Janani Daita Tanaya Janaka Janani Daita Tanaya Prabhu Gurupati Tumu Sarvamaya Prabhu Guru Pati Tu Sarva Maya Manasa Deha Geha Jo Kichumo Manasa Deho Geho Jo Kichumo Bakatiti Noda Kahe Suno Kana Baka TV Noda Kahe Suno Kanaya Radhanata Tu Amara Pradana Radhanata Tu Amara Pradana Amanasa Deha Geha Jokuchumora Manasa Deho Geho Jokuchumo Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai go Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki, Srila Bhāgavatam ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.